Hi everyone, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for supporting my work. As the International Monetary Fund predicts minimum growth for the entire European Union this year, its biggest economy, Germany, continues its downward spiral. I've covered this before many times, and every time that I upload a video on Germany's economy, I really do notice that it continues to deteriorate. In fact, German government is now preparing for the worst case scenario as its economic output is forecasted once again to shrink even further for the second time in a row as of the end of 2024. That means that Germany is experiencing the second year of a full-blown recession. According to a forecast that was published in October, just several days ago, by Germany's Ministry of Economic Affairs, its economy will shrink further by 0.2% this year. And this is very comparable to prior year, to 2023, with the reported decline of 0.3%. By the way, there have been several downward revisions this year already, and this is yet another one that might still be very hopeful. We will see what it means at the end of the year, but I think it is fair to say it may have some wishful thinking embedded in it. In fact, recently Germany hit a new economic low when its leading automotive industry registered one of the lowest number of orders. German industrial production is in steady decline, and excluding that 2019 health crisis, it is now hovering around a 10-year low. Politico now openly reports Europe's new normal. It says this is the new normal. High energy bills, fading industry. Well, Germany is deindustrializing, and that's the biggest engine of European economy, and one chance to fix it. It further explains, German manufacturers are being strangled. The EU is feeling the pinch. The EU could be staring at slow agony. One of the reasons why Germany's production is declining is obviously an incredibly high cost of energy compared to what it used to be that allowed it to thrive for decades. So to deal with this issue, German companies have actually started moving abroad. They're now moving their production to the United States as well as to China, among other smaller states. Politico here explains, energy prices are double those of overseas rivals. Nowadays, Europe relies on gas that costs 4 to 5 times more than it does in the United States, slowly eroding thousands of similar companies across Europe's industrial heartland. Germany, Europe's manufacturing powerhouse, has fallen into a recession expected to extend through the year's end. Even global German stalwarts like Volkswagen, a name almost synonymous with the mighty Das Auto itself, are staring at unprecedented plant closures. We've discussed Volkswagen's announcement to close 2 of its factories in Germany before. This is absolutely unprecedented because it has never happened in more than 70 plus years of the company's existence. So just imagine how bad things are now and how discouraging forecasts must be for the entire economy to effectively deindustrialize. Even then, European leaders still appear to fail to see where they went wrong. They're still in denial. They're still playing the old blame game, turning the tables on Chinese so-called overproduction, while they themselves are to blame for their inability to effectively maintain their sovereignty. This is quite funny. Take a look. Politico says, while cheaper renewable energy is coming, it is that renewable energy that will take years and years to build up. It will take years to create structural change. In the meantime, Chinese overproduction is eating into Europe's market share at home and abroad, and new power-hungry technologies like electric vehicles and artificial intelligence will strain local power networks. One has to be incredibly talented to devise policies, to devise trade policies that hurt their own states and at the same time blame others for their own failures. That is exactly what they're doing right now in Europe. The worst part is that there are no positive forecasts for the EU at this point in terms of their economic growth. Absolutely none. It appears to have effectively cornered itself in a position that it will find very, very difficult to get out of. The new norm, says Helen Thompson, a professor of political economy at the University of Cambridge, is significantly more dependency on LNG coming from Qatar and from the United States. That means exposure to Middle East instability, as well as yo-yoing US politics. So the United States has been quite successful in creating a complete relationship, a complete vassal state of dependency where the EU joyfully agreed to purchase energy at 45 times the cost just because it is so willing to play a second fiddle in the United States foreign policy game. Therefore, this is not a surprise that BASF, for example, one of the largest chemical producers, not just in Germany, but in the entire world, has lost a third of its stock market value since the energy shock began in 2022. I've shared charts with you previously in one of my recent videos. And we also talked about a major steel producer, ThyssenKrupp. It has closed a plant and it is now further limiting its production in Germany. You know what's happening with Volkswagen as well. Volkswagen is home to nearly 300 employees, so those people will be impacted. They have already been affected by the closures. So, and here's the funny part. While the European Union has been so set on decoupling from Russia, and then there was the second round of decoupling from China, it actually recognized that green energy is the only solution that, after considerable investments in the infrastructure, provided, of course, that they have ample access to rare earth minerals, such as copper, lithium, to name a few, at some point in the future, green energy would become a solution. But here's the catch. Solar is the fastest growing renewable energy source across Europe. China is currently supplying 95% of European solar supply, and it is unlikely to change in the near future. So I really do fail to see the logic here. Cutting yourself off of energy resources while still being fully dependent. You would agree that 95% is complete dependency on the country that you openly refer to as your direct adversary. That really doesn't make much sense. That, for you, of course, is the logic of modern European leaders. Thank you for watching. Please remember to show your support. It goes a long way. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. For exclusive content, make sure that you check out my alternative social media channels. You will find them linked in the description below. You will also find content that you won't see on YouTube. And I will see you tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your day. Take care.